Morning, Wizzy Pro. I see you. Good morning. Thank God I see you. Good morning. Hope we are doing great. I hope we are fine. Okay, today is Tuesday, the 10th of February, 2026. And we're going to, as usual, start with some, start with some. Please go ahead and mute yourself. Please, go ahead and mute yourself from your ends, so that we don't distract the call. Okay. So today we start with some fundamentals. What is the market showing us? What are we expecting? What's going on? So today at 2:30, there's something for USD core retail sales. Information is going to be dropping at 2:30. So the thing about fundamentals is we just care what the color of this guy is. If this guy is red, we know that it's going to be high impact news. If we have yellow or orange, this one is orange. If we have orange, then we know that it's not really much. There's always yellow, and let me put it back up so that you can see. Let me apply my filter back. See the hair. You see how it always looks. We have the yellow, red, and the orange. Okay. So when we have the one that is red, that's the one that we care about the most. Okay. Because that one is going to tell us that, oh, this news that is coming, or this fundamental that is coming, is going to affect the market. Market is going to, experience some big moves, or I mean, it may just give some nice drastic momentum at that point. So sorry, excuse me. All right. So we just focus on the red folder news so that we know what to expect for that day. So if you're just joining us once again, you are most welcome. All right. So let's go to the charts. Let's see what we have from the charts. I wanted to do this one last, but let me just start it. Let me just start with this one, since price is already in the zone. Yeah, this is USD JPY. So if you recall the calls we had, we said many things about USD JPY. All right. Said a couple of things about USD JPY. I said that USD JPY, since it's reacting from here, it may likely come and finish the journey here. Since this is the high that started all this retracement, price may likely come here to finish the journey. That's one thing I said. Another thing I said is that price has started this journey from here, and it also ended it here. So this was a draw on liquidity also alongside this one. Good. Now stay with me. Now, when price ran into this the end of the trade here, that's this draw on liquidity here, what did it do? It did a big drop to the downside on the weekly time frame. You can see these we are on the weekly time frame now. You see these two big candles. You see the way they came to break structure to the downside. Can you see that? So then we said something that, and I went to the daily time frame to spot this key level that I drew, this line. And I said that if price should react nicely to this line, then we may likely sell from there. Okay? If price should give us what we want at this line, we may likely sell from there. So something happened now on the weekly again. The weekly was giving us what? The previous week's high was being swept. That's this week that we are now. Sorry, 1 minute. All right, so we said it that price was sweeping we see it here that this week that we currently are in, price was sweeping the previous week's high. So there is tendency for price. So there is tendency for price to trade to this low. Okay, so you see that we have had a couple of good information around here to suggest that USD JPY is going to sell. Okay, and then you can see how it's already dropping. So let's see the daily. Let's see the daily. So the daily did something yesterday by doing this fully bearish engulfing candle formation. So that's good. We can go to the H4 to look for entries now. So the first entry this guy presented was somewhere here. This was the expansion. See, after every expansion, we have said it here, is a chance for a trade. Okay, so this one has already happened. This expansion has already happened. There's another expansion here. around this area here, but price did not run into there. I think price just came for this imbalance here, this fair value gap. So price took it and then it has dropped again. So I saw something this morning when I was looking at the market that I wanted to talk about. So go to the 1 hour time frame, 2 hours, you see this zone. So this zone was once a buy zone. You see, this place was once used for a buy. Now price came back to that same zone again and bought again, and then finally did what? Finally broke beyond that zone. So that makes this area to become a what? To become a key level. Now that is why you see this trade that you are seeing here. So this guy is still very young. If you want to take this trade is very, very valid. You can take this trade. It's just a continuation trade of what we already have. Now, yeah, we see price has done a couple of expansions, right? Has expanded, so this expansion that we're having here is the most recent one. Okay, so I'm just aligning this expansion with what? With this key level that we had here from the past. And that is why price is likely going to drop from here. I'm not doing too much. If I see just 2R from here, I'm going to be okay. Okay, so this is what this trade is going to look like. So USD JPY, the trade is already active. So if it's already at the entry price, so we're going to take it. You should be taking it right away. And let me see. Okay, you may want to cover your stop loss here. Personally, I'm fine with where my stop loss is for 30 pips. I'm fine with the 30 pips stop loss. I'm just trying to continue the sales that have already started. So when price came and did this new expansion here like this, there was a possibility for us to continue selling from here. And then if you just take your eye to the back, you see that place coincides with a key level. And you see why I like this zone for a possible continuation of the sales. Now, USD JPY, let me see. If there's higher prices that can hold, let me see. Well, there are fair value gaps up there, but what we care about is where has price interacted with most recently, and that is where we are here. And that is why that sell is in order. Okay, that's why this sell is in order. So this one is market execution. Market execution, put your SL for about 30 pips if you're going to be aggressive like me. If you want to be conservative, you put it above this high for about 72 pips. If you want to be aggressive, you're going to have 30 pips. If you want to be conservative, you're going to do 72 pips on this trade. So USD JPY, let's see if we can still get some more down movements today. Let's see if we can still trade to the downside today on USD JPY. All right. So I wanted to just quickly point that out before price runs away from that zone. Okay. Now let's see Euro USD. What's Euro USD saying? What is Euro USD saying? Let's go to the daily time frame. So this is our zone. This our zone has done very well. This our zone we're looking out for has done very well. You see, even though we tapped a monthly supply zone up here, this area, this is a monthly order block. We call it a monthly supply. Let me go to the monthly time frame so that you see it very well. See the candle. That was the last bullish candle before the major downside movement. Good. So you see the way price tapped here. Now, even though price tapped a higher time frame supply, the way price reacted from there was not strong enough. That is why we still had eyes on this area. Okay, if price swept it and then started selling, then that would have been very strong. But price just tapped it and then just came back to close, and it still closed bullish on the weekly time frame. So that was a sign that we may likely see going to still see some buys, right? If this candle here had closed bearish, that means it would have been previous week high is being swept so that price can come for the low and then would have been selling. But the way this candle still closed bullish and then we had this key level just below that candle, we knew that there is a huge chance we are going to buy from here. And you can see how price reacted from there. Good. So I spoke about this guy yesterday afternoon. We had a fully bullish engulfing candle here, and then there was a possible trade opportunity here. You can see this was an expansion. Look at it. This was an expansion. You see that price just came back. Let's go back to the candlestick. See the way price just came back, tapped that place, and then it flew. So that was one way you would have entered. So that one has already gone past. How can we look for more opportunities? So we just check what is the most recent area that price expanded from. So I can point out this guy here. All right, I can point out that guy. And then there's also another expansion somewhere all the way down here. But what we're going to do for this Euro USD, we're going to use our Fibonacci. From here, from this low here to the high here, we want to measure where price can likely retrace to. So you see that price likes to come back and buy from the discounted price. Okay, and then on the other side, price likes to sell from the premium. So we have premium and discount. So price likes to buy from discounted prices and likes to sell from premium zone. So using our Fibonacci, we know that anywhere from the 50% to the low is the what is the discounted price. So we can expect price to give us a pullback into these areas, and then we can continue buying. And then you can see that 50% zone is coinciding with a fair value gap or what's it called, an imbalance, right? So that 50% zone is coinciding with this imbalance. So Euro USD now, I'm expecting it to do something like this, and then we can continue buying. Is that okay? The only thing now that will make me, let me check the daily again. The only thing that will make me to change my focus from here is if we have a new proper expansion like this, then I'll now look at the possibility of buying from here. Why? Because every new expansion is a chance to enter the trade. As long as we have not yet traded to, as long as they're not yet traded to draw on liquidity, which is this guy here. This is a final target. Call it a draw on liquidity. As long as we have not yet traded to draw on liquidity, every new expansion is a way to join a trade. Is that okay? All right. So that's what we're having now for Euro USD. I just want a pullback. Okay. Euro USD has done a very big move, left behind some imbalance in the market. So what I just want price to do now is for price to retrace. Okay. Just give me a retracement, and then we can do what? We can start buying from here. So don't be in a hurry to take trades. Let it come to you. All right. There's no reason why you should be chasing the market. Okay. Let it come to you so that you can have a good and proper entry, a good and proper place to trade from. So if you don't get a new expansion today, that means we're going to wait for this guy to click, and then we can buy from here on Euro USD. All right. What's GU saying? GU has anything good? Let me see. I'll start with the weekly. Price is reacting from weekly key level here. All right. So we should buy till this high, likely. Let's see the daily. Now we have direction, right? Let's see the daily. Okay. So daily is doing something. Daily swept the previous day low here and has finished the journey at this point. All right, but there's no proper expansion. Okay, this guy was also a break of structure, an expansion. You see that price came here and bought. So let's go to the H4. Let's go to the H4. H4 had an expansion and an expansion. GU is not very clean for me at the moment. So what I'm going to do on GU, I'm still waiting for a pullback too. I'm waiting for a pullback too on GU. I like this zone. I like this zone. This zone is very nice. Look at it. This zone is a key level. See the way price was playing around here so many times. And then now finally broke beyond that zone. Then what do we have here? We have inducements just lying down there. So this zone, I'm going to mark this eye and keep it. When price trades inside this zone, I'll look for a possible trade to buy. Let me check from the 4 hours again. All right. You see, that's like an order block. That zone looks like an order block on the 4 hours time frame. Let me see. Let's go from the daily again. Okay. H4, H3. Yeah, it's very fine on H3. All right. So we have this zone now. I'm going to be looking out for this guy. And then if the extreme zone too is this guy. But this one will be later. Of course, you know that if price wants to come here, price will have to violate this place first. That means price will have to trade inside here first. So if we don't get a trade from here, if we don't get a trade from this zone, then we'll now buy from here. But if we have a trade from here, it's likelihood that we should be able to catch at least 2R from this place before, even if price wants to retrace, at least we should catch something here before price comes for this lower zone. So now I have my 2 points of interest. I have the 2 places that are looking very good. All right. You see, this I think that zone was also the most recent expansion on that range. Yes, look at it here. Look at the line chart, you see more clearly on the line chart that was where we had an expansion. All right. So GU is looking very fine from this expansion zone, and that's also where we had imbalance. That's where we had expansion, we had imbalance, we had a key level, and then we have inducement. So this guy is very fine. This guy is very fine. So let's see what price does when it trades here. If we can buy from here, we can take something. Okay. So be on the lookout for GBP USD. All right. What else do we have? What else do we have? Let me see. CAD CHF. CAD CHF, I called this area on the afternoon analysis yesterday. So I'm still going to call it today since price has not yet triggered it. Coming from the daily, you see what? You see that price has done this, price mitigated this place. So price should trade all the way till this guy. All right. Now, what do you see? After price took this place, what did he do? On the H4, price has been expanding to the downside. So this was the last expansion that made me to know that yes, we may just be selling this guy till this low. After price took this guy here, this place, after price closed beyond here with a body, look at the body of the candle. I knew that it's going to be a long ride. Look at the expansion. I knew that it's going to be a long ride to the downside. So what we are going to do now is how can we join? All right. So that place that was supposed to be a buy, look at it. See, the way price works is it doesn't just leave random things on the charts. No. That place that was supposed to buy. Yeah. You see that price came and actually bought from there. Price actually had a movement where it bought from there. But you see, around that same zone, what has price done? Price has come to do what? Price has come to break. So that place that was once a buy zone can now be used as a zone to sell. Is that okay? So that's how we flip our entries. Okay. So that zone, somebody's mic is unmuted. I don't know why you're unmuting your mic. So that place that was once a buy zone, price is trying to buy from. You see, price has now come to take that zone. And then most importantly, price left behind an imbalance around that zone that it broke. So I am very much interested in price trading back here and then selling. So you can go ahead and set your sell limit for CAD CHF. That CHF is looking very fine. It's about 20 pips SL. The entry price is 0.56670. That's the entry price, 0.56670. And then you're going to put your SL above for about 20 pips. The price for your SL is 0.56870. All right. You can screenshot your screen, or I hope you have a notepad, you can write it down so you can take the trade right away. And then our final target is 0.56010. Okay. So that's what we are doing. So we have 0.5687 as your SL, 0.5667 as your entry price, and then your TP is 0.5601. Okay. So that's what we are going to do for CAD CHF. So we'll be expecting a push up. Can get a push up into the entry zone like this, and then we can now marshal down. All right. So that is what we are going to be doing for CAD CHF. All right. So you can always screenshot your screen and go onto your charts and take the trade from where I have just called it. All right. I hope we are good. Let's check gold. What is gold saying? Okay. So gold is still buying. Gold did a nice break of structure. You know, we started from the weekly on gold. Look at it. Price swept the previous week's low. Yes. Tapped into this key level. So it's almost imminent that gold should come for here. All right, it's almost, so I say it's almost inevitable. I don't want to, it's almost inevitable that gold should come back for the all-time highs. Okay, so let's see the daily. Now, daily did something very nice yesterday. After price tapped here, you see that daily has done what? Has done an expansion to the upside. Look at it. Daily has done a nice expansion to the upside. So we can start looking for possible trades, right? So let's go to the H4. Let's go to the H4. So we have some areas within this range, where do we expect gold? Okay, gold reacted from here. This was where gold started from. This expansion, and then it was just breaking structure. So the last fair value gap that we had was here. We had a fair value gap here, and then we also had something around here. Okay, so let's go to the H1 to see. So this was the last fair value gap that caught my attention, this place here. I like this place a lot because you see everything here has been balanced. There's no imbalance here. There's no FVG here, except what we had on the 4 hours. Now, this is the most recent one that we are having on the H1. Is that okay? So I'm now interested in buying gold from this place. Now, not only do we have a fair value gap here, we also had some inducement build up here. All these guys like trend line liquidity. Can you see? I was expecting gold to do this drop yesterday and then buy, but it dropped but stopped somewhere and then it's trying to go back. Okay, so this guy now is my next zone of interest. Okay, now what's going to happen for me to change my focus is if price should come and do this. If price comes and breaks beyond this place, what do you see? That we're having a new key level here. I don't know if we are together. We're having a new key level here. So we're expecting price to do what? Price to do something like this and then continue buying. Okay. So if price does not come for this entry and then it goes on to break this structure like this, it means there's a new place here that gold is going to use to do what? To continue buying. So what we are simply doing is looking for, new bus stops to join. When a train is moving, you cannot just jump on the train, right? You have to stand. You have to go to the train station, right, and take up the next trip from there. So that's how these things are. All these expansions, they're like train stations. So when the market is already moving and you are not there, you just position yourself somewhere here so that when price does a pullback, you can enter, position, enter. So that's how we are going to look at it. So for now on gold, I'm somewhere here. I think I already drew it here on the 1 hour. But if we should get this major push to break this zone like this and we break this structure, you know that our next point of interest for gold is going to be around here. So we're looking at maybe price will give us a fair value gap somewhere. Then you know that when price just drops here, use confirmation entry and buy. As simple as that. Okay. So no need to dwell on it for long. Let me look at it. Let me look at it again. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. All right. So that's our plan. That's our plan. We have mapped out everything. So it's remaining price to deliver it. Remaining price to deliver it, and then we are good to go. Okay. Somebody's asking for AUD USD. What's AUD USD saying? Let me check. AUD USD. Okay. Let me look at AUD USD. What do we have here for AUD USD? Let me go from the weekly. Okay. AUD USD from the weekly time frame. Has price gotten to this high? Okay, not yet. Okay, so that side is good. Let's check the daily. What's the daily saying? Okay. The daily just gave us a nice key level. Let me check what's happening at the back here. AUD USD is in a supply zone from the past. Let me mark it out. Let me mark it out, see what price is doing. Okay. All right. So yeah, at this point, price did what? Price reacted with a week, but yesterday came and did what? And came and closed with a body. So that means AUD USD might still be bullish. Okay. So I like what price did here. I like this expansion. Look at it. I like this expansion that is happening here. So AUD/USD can likely buy from here, please. Let's go to the H4. Let's go to the H4. What's happening on the H4? Okay. We have around that zone, we have a fully bullish engulfing candle formation. I go to the H3. Let me check for fair value gap. All right. So this zone has fair value gap on the 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and beyond. So when price trades here, you can use your confirmation entry to buy from here. Is that okay? Let me check below. Let me check below what's happening around these lower parts. If price has any reason to come back here. Let's check H4. There's some fair value gap that is lying down here. So what will happen is, let's use our fib from here to here. Okay, good. Now watch this, please. The reason why I'm still holding up my line here is because this guy is a key level. This line is a key level. So if price comes here, because price has played around here like this a couple of times, it can likely buy from here. But if this place does not hold, all right, then you know that you can use your Fibonacci and see that anywhere from this 50% area, price can likely buy from here. Sorry. Anywhere from this 50% area, price can likely buy from here. And then this zone has some fair value gaps, okay, around it. So this guy is looking good. This guy is looking good. So we have two regions to look for a trade. Let me mark out this line. Mark out this line. That's a 50% line. And you see it's coinciding exactly where the expansion occurred. All right. So this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. So AUD/USD, we have 2 points of interest. Number one is here, and then number two is this one that's here. All right. That's that. Let's check GBP. Okay, this guy is still selling very powerfully. Our GBPCHF is still doing a very major drop. We are still heading for here, of course, as we all know. We are still heading for this final target. I see we started the journey here. We had a trade that we caught around, if I'm not mistaken, it was around somewhere here. Had a sell trade we caught here on the live session. And then we are trying to continue selling. So let's look for possible trades. Now, what do you see yesterday? Yesterday did something. Yesterday, we are the daily time frame now. So you see, yesterday gave us this new expansion. Let's look at it on the line chart. Look at it. Very nice expansion. So that's the zone I'm looking out to continue selling. Looking at price coming here, then we sell from here. Now, you see, there was this place here. There was this key level here I wanted to sell from. Price just came and did a tease. It just teased that zone. It did not touch it, and then it dropped back down. So the fact that price has done a new expansion, I can now turn my focus away from this guy and then keep it on this new guy. The only thing that will make me to trade from here is if price comes and destroys this guy like this. If price comes and takes this guy, then that means there's a possibility that price wants to use here to sell. Is that okay? But for now, we have a new expansion here. We have a fair value gap here. So I am interested in taking a trade from here. So when price, hopefully before we can get a pullback, before it reaches drawn liquidity. So if we get pullback here, you know that there's every reason to look for a sell, please. All right. That just give us direction for GBP/CHF. That's the direction that we're going to be working with for GBP/CHF. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that. You can have something from there before the week runs out. Okay. Let's see NZD card. Since I've done minus NZD card, I want to sell NZD card. I want to sell NZD card. Let's see. Let's go from the weekly. Okay. So you see that price took this major high here with a wick. All right. And then going to the before we go to the H4, there was this zone here that I wanted price to trade from. Okay. But price did not come there. But what did price do? Yesterday, price came and did what? Price came and swept this. Yesterday was Monday. So this candle was Friday's candle. So yesterday came and swept Friday's high. So you see that there is a tendency to go for Friday's low. Is that okay? So I was interested in this sell from here, since this guy price did not come for this guy again. So let's go to the H4. Let's go to the H4 now. What do you see on the H4? See that on the H4 we had the expansion. Let me hide this one first, then I'll hide it when I want to give the entry. You see that price give an expansion here. Can you see? There's an expansion. So after price swept the previous day high, price did an expansion. Of course, there was an expansion here. This was a small expansion here. Price already triggered it and sold. So this guy here is a new expansion. So this is where I'm looking at us continuing the sales from. Okay, let's go to lower time frame so that we can see the fair value gap. I think I drew it from the H1 and H2 is very, very valid. All right. So here, I think I like it on H2. So you see, we had a fair value gap that is coinciding with that our expansion. And this zone is also a key level. All right. So I like this place. So let me bring back the sell. So I'm looking at selling from here. This one is already in the zone. So it's already carrying a lot of momentum into that zone. So there's a possible sell that's going to be happening from here. So if you're taking this trade, it's going to be a market execution. Your SL will be 25 pips. Is a 25 pips SL. This is the most recent expansion. That is why I'm looking at a trade coming from here. Is that okay? Sweeping the previous day high to come for the previous day low. So we now have an expansion. We have a fair value gap and and then a key level. So this zone is looking very good for us to continue sales from. So that's NZD card. All right, that is NZD card. So we have to see what this guy can give us today. We're going to see what this guy can do for us today. So this is another one. This one is not a limit order. We are taking this trade is already active. So you can just click on sell, and then you put your SL at 25 pips above your entry. Okay, 25 pips above your entry is your SL, and then you can just target this most recent low for about 2 hour plus. Okay. All right. What else do we have? NZD CHF. What's going on here? Okay, so this one I have a small scalp for this one. This one is a small scalp. So like I said, please, you must not take all the trades. So you can just pick any one or any two, and then you trade it, please. Any one or any two, and then you trade it. Okay. So let's see. What do we have here? Let's break this down. Let's break this guy down. So we had this zone. We had this zone from the weekly. Let's go from the weekly. This was a weekly supply zone. It was also a weekly key level. So whether you are trading it as a supply, whether you are trading it as a key level, you see, it's still one and the same thing. It's just different ways of saying the same thing. Is that okay? Different languages, but you're saying the same thing. So if price is coming from here, you know that price should likely do or sell all the way to this place. That's how you get direction. As simple as that. It's always three things. You get your direction, you get your target, and then you just start looking for your entries. Okay, so now we have our direction, which is to sell. We have our target, which is here. Now, what is remaining? To look for entries. So let's see what's happening inside of there. When price mitigated here, we can now go to the daily to see what the daily did. You see, daily gave us an expansion here. Can you see? There's an expansion on the daily time frame at this zone. All right. So we are very much interested, and I also like that price reacted from here. Now, not only did this happen, let me clear this one and show you something. We also had previous day high sweep. See, when you have so many confluences, okay, for the same thing at the same area, then you know it's very powerful, okay? When you're having many reasons to either buy or many reasons to sell at the same zone, you know that's a powerful place to trade from. So if price is sweeping the previous day high, that means price should come for the previous day low. And then, of course, you know that we still have a long way to go before we reach final target, which is down here. Is it not? That's how you analyze the chart. That's how you break it down. So we go to the H4. See, now H4, we had some big momentum candles to the downside, and then we finally had this something like a key level here. This guy was supposed to sell at some point. Price went and broke beyond it, and then came back again to close with a body beyond that zone. So you see that around that zone, let me draw with a line. See that around that zone, this candle here came to take that line and has dropped from there. Let's see what it looks like on lower time frame. See what it looks like on lower time frame. See that line I just drew, price came to that area. Let me see. Was it? I think is it not clear on 2 hour here? 2 hours is showing it much better on 2 hours. So that area that I just drew, see that price came, use this guy like liquidity, tap that area and has dropped. Good. So now you ask yourself, how can I continue with this trade? All right. Yes, you can argue that we have a lot of fair value gap here to fill. You are absolutely correct. But that does not mean we should close our eyes to what? To the most recent expansion that has happened. Okay. This is the most recent place. So this is the most recent place that we can likely trade from. All right. So let's see, how can we enter from there? We want a fair value gap, or call it an imbalance, and then we are good to go. Okay, 3 hours does not have an imbalance. 2 hours has an imbalance. This is a nice imbalance on 2 hours time frame. So I can now carry this entry from this zone. So that's why I said I have a small trade here that is just about so your SL here is just about 12, no, about 11 pips, 11 pips, or because of some people on spread. Let me just say, put it at 12 pips. And the way we're targeting, we are targeting here for about 2.1 hour. So this is another trade for today. What's it called? NZD CHF. All right. So this is NZD CHF. We are just working with the most recent area, okay, that price has given us. We have had big expansions. You see, price started the sell all the way from here, and then it retraced to premium, started the sell again. So now within this point, price came, took this key level that we had here, and then gave us a new expansion. So we can just see if we can continue our trade from here. Is that okay? Then I also like that we had a fair value gap. Let me take this off. We had this FVG, we had a key level, everything was intact. So NZD CHF is active from here. This one is not market execution. No. Don't just go and press buy or sell. This one is, you put a sell limit here. So your entry price for this guy is here, 0.46365. Your stop loss is about 12 pips. That's about 0.46485. And your take profit is what? Is 0.46108. Okay? So that's how we're going to move today on NZD CHF. All right? So that's that. That's that for NZD CHF, and that's that for minus. So you can always go ahead and screenshot my screen, or you just take it down, just write it down somewhere, so that you immediately after I finish calling it, you just go and take the trade. Like I say, you don't need too many trades. If you take 2 or even 1 a day, it's fine. Okay, pick any 1 or any 2, depending on if your account, if your risk appetite allows it, you can pick 2 and then you trade it, and then you don't have to. If I call 3 trades, doesn't mean you take all the 3. Is that okay? So that is that. Please, can I record? How are you going to record it? GJ, somebody's saying GJ. GJ is giving me too many information. That's why I'm not really looking at just JPY pairs like that. I'm having too many information. Let me show you what I'm seeing on GJ. GJ is, GJ started from here, JPY. We started from here. So, we should finish this journey here, which we did. All right, good. Now, price came back to somewhere. Price came back to, where is it again? We had this zone here. We had this area. This was an area of interest. Look at it. That was a key level area. So I was expecting price to trade back to this high. Now stay with me. Before price even reached this place, before price even reached this high here, you see that price has done what? Price has now done previous day high, is sweeping to come for the low. So this is giving me conflicting information. I don't know if you understand. I want to buy from here to here. Okay, I want to buy from here to here. But as at this point, price is giving me a reason to sell from here to here. So when I'm in this kind of market, I just like to sit out. Okay. I just like to sit out. I want a market that is giving me buys or a market that is giving me sell, not the one that is giving me buy here, sell here, or sell here, buy here. But this sell has been looking very, very good. Let me break down this sell for you. This sell has been looking very, very good. If we swept the previous day high here, we should come for the previous day low. Is it not? Now let's see the H4 for possible entries. See that H4 had a fully bearish engulfing. So price came into this FVG here and then sold off. Very nice trades. Now we had a new expansion here. Had a new expansion here. Can you see? So if GJ is truly going to sell, stay with me. If GJ is truly going to sell, it should come from here and do what? And sell. See, this guy has an imbalance, has a beautiful entry area there. Let me see. It's very nice. It's very nice. This sell is very, very, very nice. So if it's going to sell truly, because these people can engineer liquidity. The thing is about JPY pairs have been very, very bullish. All right. So look at how bullish they have been. They have been buying for the longest time. So just picking an area to sell is always very problematic. Of course, if I get more and more information, I'm going to sell. But this guy is looking good. This sell is looking good. If you're going to be trading it, you can reduce your risk. All right. Who is the person that asked for it, please? That's Festus. Just reduce your risk and try sell from here if it's going to work. Sorry, if it's going to sell, that means it's going to use here to sell. Okay. So that's simply that for GJ. Nothing more. Okay. So that's that. That is that. Okay. So I think we are done for today. Let me see US 30. I have a zone I want to mark out for you to see. US 30 is resuming the move to the upside. So this is the last on the H4. This is the look at, of course, you can see now. See the way price was creating a ceiling. It come here, bounce, come here, bounce, 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 so many times. So now, see the way price moves is that when price finally breaks that zone, it's come back and use there again as a floor. So this place that was a ceiling will now turn into a what? It will now turn into a floor. So this is simply what? A resistance zone, right? This is a resistance zone that's going to turn into a what? Into a support area. Is that okay? So we are expecting price to come here and buy. So this is what I'm having for US 30. This is going to be some form of inducement for price to come here and then we can buy. All right. So I think that's that. I think that's that for now. I think that's that for now. I think that's that for now. That's GR40 saying. Okay, this guy is using here to buy. It's nice. It's using this place to buy. It's for us giving us an expansion. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That is nice. That is nice. I like what H4 is doing here. In the next 36 minutes, GR40 is going to confirm an expansion here. But you have to wait for it to finish because if this candle comes and closes like this in the next 36 minutes, it's no more valid though. So we need to close bullish above here, or at least we can get this fully bullish engulfing candle that is trying to form. So in the next 36 minutes, we are going to know if this guy is ready for a trade. Let's see how we're going to enter it. If it's ready, we have an FVG. Let me see, 45 minutes. Why is it doing like that now? Why is it not clean? 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 I don't like where market behaves like this. So why giving me a tough time to look for an entry? So what we'll do is we'll just use the 1R and just use this guy here as our entry. All right, but we have to wait for this candle to confirm. Let this candle confirm this break of structure in the next 35 minutes. When it does, GR40 can likely buy from here. Is that okay? All right. So I think with this viewpoint of mine, I've been able to. All right. So thank you very much. I know Ayodele, Boluwatife, Bridget, Daniel James, Edidion, Edward Ogale, Felix, Festus, Hakim, Dada, Kenneth, Loluma, Yowa, see Mr. Okuma, Nena Oluti. Somebody's name here is Ona. I greet you. Patricia, I greet you. Prince, Ransom, thank God, and Yaya. Thank you very much for stopping by. Of course, you know, the afternoon session still continues. So at 2:30, we are going to meet again to still dissect this market. So see you in the afternoon session. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Thank you.